I was literally about to film this and then like some news broke, so I didn't. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna start with the news that's like literally just broke. Reece James is officially the new Chelsea captain. God, wow, okay. That was not news I was expecting on a random Wednesday afternoon. Is it even Wednesday? I don't know, I lose track of my days nowadays. Reece James, one of our own. Oh my, he's done it. The boy has done it. That's how you're a proper fucking Chelsea. That he deserves it. Really, like it's not even a question anymore of if he deserves it. It's I, I don't have the words. Like I didn't expect it. I'm taken aback. I am so happy for him. He's I think you saw in pre-season when he had the armband against, it would have been Dortmund, because Thiago was on the pitch as well, and I think that was the first time for me that it was gonna be Reece. I'm shocked in a way that Ben Chilwell is reportedly vice, so our fullbacks are the captains. Honestly, I understand it. Like, people are like, why Ben Chilwell? They've got a good relationship. It is reminiscent of a Terry and Frank Lampard-esque relationship. They're close friends. Like Reece and Ben, they're close. They're over the seasons we've seen how close they are. It makes sense from that standpoint. You know, Ben had the armband a couple of times during pre-season, so you know, we'll probably see it when Reece gets rotated out. It's going to be interesting. We don't know much else about other than those two. So third captains, fourth, fifth, etc. That'll just, as things slowly, as people get slowly subbed off, and we'll have to kind of figure that all out. I'm very intrigued by the choice of Chilwell. Thiago not getting a sniff, it seems, is an interesting one. I would have thought, unless, you know, Poch wants to just do the whole get the long-term captain in now and just go for it, you know, maybe this will be Thiago's last. I expect this to be Thiago's last season. He'll go back to Brazil next year and retire. That's what I really expect to happen. I don't expect Thiago to play a ton of games this season. Like, I really don't. So maybe he was completely overlooked. I don't know. I'm not mad about it. I think Reece has deserved this for so long now for the work he's put in. There's always been a dedication from Reece, from the way that he talks. He is a captain. He is the embodiment of a captain. He's the embodiment of a Chelsea captain. He knows what it means to play for Chelsea, to be at this club. He's been here since 6. It's a proud moment to finally have another academy boy as captain. It feels like we're finally, that this is the right way to start off this new era, I think, is to get your long-term captain in, and for that to be Reece James. It's exciting. I think it's really exciting for this new chapter for Chelsea. A lot of things have changed. You know, the team's, it's had a full makeover, and Reece is the face. He is the face of Chelsea. He is that poster boy for Chelsea. He is our academy graduate. He is the one that's made it, and he is now that symbol for the academy to go, you can do it. And there's so many academy players, I think, that can come through, and we're slowly seeing it. Colwell being an example, coming through this season. I think Lewis Hall will be one of the next ones to break through after maybe a loan or two. It shows that Cobham really is, and we always harp on about Cobham because I think we all really should be proud of our academy, but it really is one of the best academies in the world. I don't think you can even dispute it. We have one of the best academies in the world. We're consistently bringing in young talent. People want to play for Chelsea. One season, yes, we had a shit season last season, but it was a one season blip, and so many players, young and upcoming, can see that people want to play for this club. and to have Reece James as that face of the club, it makes so much sense. And it's I think it's a good day to be a Chelsea fan, to finally see him be officially named captain. And yeah, I mean, I don't know where else to go. Thiago not getting his front, like I said, it's a bit weird. And is it kind of a shock, like it is Chilwell? I just don't see why Chilwell's vice, in my very humble honest opinion. But I'm not going to be like harping on about it, because realistically, if Reece is playing, Ben is also probably playing. So yeah, it'd be very interesting to see who your third captain is, in the sense of like for cup games and stuff like that, when players are rotated out. That'll be interesting to see as the season goes on. We'll see who else is part of that leadership team. But yeah, it's a good day to be a Chelsea fan. The news came out of nowhere, but it was a nice little dopamine hit. What else? Let's talk about someone else who's held the Chelsea armband before. Kepa to Bayern Munich, potentially. That was a new one. Tuchel, your talent idea is terrible. I just don't understand it anymore. But potentially Kepa could be off to Germany. Maybe a loan with an option to buy. I would be pushing for an obligation if they really wanted a loan, or I'd just be pushing for a permanent sale. I think you can take a hit and not really demand much for Kepa, personally. But that's just coming off of this summer window and the outgoings we've done. I think we've done a great job of really selling everyone that we needed to sell. I didn't think anyone would come in for Kepa this summer. I really didn't. So I kind of writ him off as having to stay, but at the expense of at some point he'd go back to number 2 now that we have Sanchez in. But if Tuchel really wants him, I would really only command about 25 million. Like realistically, I'd take the hit. 25, send him off. Get rid of him, really. It does leave our goalkeeping situation a bit scarce and it's a bit shifty, I can't lie. But I don't care. If we can get rid of Kepa, then get rid of Hudson-Odoi. Potentially, that's looking like Fulham is like almost wrapped up for him, so that's good. And then it would just be Ziyech, who I think I saw a Turkish club were wanting him, potentially Saudi still, so that there's options on the table for Ziyech. And then Big Rom, go to Juve. Just go to Juve already. I saw a photo of him in the training kit and I wanted to die. Like, I was like, no, I'm not having that. Those 4 players, if they can all go this window, just on outgoings alone, is a 20 out of 10, because it would really be the full out mass exodus that I never imagined could be done in one summer window. I think if genuinely those 4 players all go, if we manage to ship Kepa off to Bayern, this will be the example of how you actually got out all the shit in your squad. This whole summer window, it will be insane. Marina wishes she could, like, this would have taken her about 20 years to try and do, and it would have taken like 5 contract extensions for about 20 players. It's insane what this could potentially be. I'm hoping we just kind of pull them along to make it permanent. They've put themselves in a bad situation where they need a goalkeeper. They've sold their second choice. Neuer doesn't look like he's returning to his old self. I don't understand why they went and sold, was it Summer, without even thinking about the fact that Neuer broke his leg. Like, in what world is he going to be fully 100% again? That was on themselves, and it's now for us to go, we can take advantage of that. Here's Kepa Arrizabalaga, 25 million, thank you, and be off with it. I don't really care, just sell him, get him sold. Because, like I said, Sanchez is going to be number 1 in a couple of weeks, no matter what happens. I think that's the plan. Sanchez will be number 1. And I would feel more confident in the goalkeeper that we had at that point. I've always given Kepa his chances. I've never shied away from the fact I think Kepa is overhated at times in this fan base. But I can also come to the conclusion that it is time. He needs to go. I cannot watch him concede stupid goals anymore. It is a frustration thing at this point. You know, it's not that the defence is bad, because the defence really isn't bad anymore. It's not. Even with the rotations we were making in pre-season, that defence was never bad. It's Kepa's positioning at times, it's Kepa's decision making, it's just the goalkeeping situation needs to be fixed, and I think it has been with Sanchez. And if we can get rid of Kepa, I think there's a bit more confidence in keeping clean sheets, just keeping that defence tight. Now, to keep that defence tight, you know, and stop counter-attacks, you might need a defensive midfielder. So where's Caicedo? Apparently in London, with his agent. Apparently he's collected his things from Brighton. Apparently he's not coming back. But we are still not any closer. Why would we be? I am so fed up. I'm actually no, it's like I'm to the point of like, fed up isn't even the word to describe how I feel. Like, I cannot do it anymore. I need Caicedo in a Chelsea shirt by next week, because I am sick and fed up of it. Brighton are, I hate seagulls. Like, I will see a seagull now and it will just make me think of Brighton, and I hate my life. Seagulls, I hope you're all from dead on a beach, because I cannot do it anymore. Brighton's audacity to demand £100 million for this man, I just will never understand it. I will always say that Caicedo and his team screwed himself over by not getting in a release clause, but maybe to shed some light on that is the Kudus deal for Brighton. Kudus wants a release clause, Brighton don't. Potential theory, I think maybe, here we go, maybe Caicedo wanted that release clause, maybe his agents wanted it in there, so he actually got his move, and they said, no, we'll sell you anyway, just extend your contract. Wouldn't surprise me with Brighton. I think that's a very likely thing that would have happened, because we all know there was a gentleman's agreement, and it's very interesting that in relation to the Kudus deal, Kudus wants a release clause and Brighton don't want it. Maybe that's why Caicedo doesn't have a release clause. It is a theory, nothing factual about it. Just using my brain and putting a couple pieces together, because why wouldn't Caicedo put a release clause in his deal to ensure he gets sold this summer? It's just, allegedly, I don't want Brighton to come at me. I can't have seagulls coming at me, I just can't, hate them. But it's just a fun little theory, don't shoot me. Look, at the end of the day, I think he needs to go for himself. But Brighton aren't helping themselves. If they do keep him, I don't understand what they think is going to happen. He's not going to magically be happy. You've spent 2 months denying him the transfer that you promised him in the winter. And Brighton are not putting themselves in a good position for the future. And like I said, we're seeing that with Kudus. They're going to not attract these players that will keep them top 6, top 7, to keep them constantly in Europe. If they don't, I don't want to sound mean when I say it, if they don't realise their position as a club, they are a stepping stone club, and players only really join them to develop and to get a taste of the Prem for a bigger step up. Like, it's factual. Colwell is an example of it. Went to Brighton to develop for a year. He got his assurances of Chelsea play time and he signed a new deal at Chelsea. Now he's our player officially. Well, he was always our player officially, but he's long-term our player officially. Brighton couldn't really handle that. Brighton were consistently wanting him, and it's like they didn't realise that we are a bigger club despite us finishing 12th. And they're putting themselves in a weird situation. I just think they need to be careful. And I think that starts off with selling Caicedo to us. I don't care. I really think they should have just accepted the 85 million, because at the end of the day that's still a record fee for them, but apparently not. Is it going to take probably 90 to 95 million? Yes. I don't think we break the 100 million for him. I think it'll get to a point where we will offer 95 and Caicedo's can't go, seriously, how are you not accepting this? And it will be a thing of pressure, and it'll probably be on deadline day. It just makes sense. But there's no more news on Caicedo. Like, he's just pushing for the move at this point, and that's what we needed about 5 weeks ago. So it's whatever. He's not going to be here for Liverpool, so I think it's going to be very interesting to see that midfield on Sunday. I would hope Santos plays. Santos, Enzo. I think that's your midfield. Seems like Santos is going to stay and be used in the first team, so he is your defensive midfielder, and you use him. That's just my personal opinion. We don't really have anyone else. Leslie, I can't say I'm not going to butcher his last name, but there is the potential to play Leslie if he doesn't go out on a loan. He's been given a squad number, and it's a relatively like normal squad number, so there's the potential that he stays in the squad as well. We do have options. There is options, but at the end of the day, Caicedo is Poch wants Caicedo. It's something that needs to get done. This ownership do need to make it happen to make sure Poch is happy. Tyler Adams is another one. That seems to be something that might actually pick up a bit of speed and happen quite soon. I think there's a release clause, but I've also now heard he's injured. Elise and Adams both injured, and we want them. I don't understand us sometimes, but whatever. Tyler Adams would actually make quite a bit of sense. As a bit of just like backup and an experience. He's actually like, from what I remember of seeing of like on Twitter and like stats wise and just of him, and I think he's actually quite a solidly defensive player. Like he's solid. Just need to make sure he's fit is the real thing. I think Caicedo, Adams, Enzo, Santos, Connor potentially if he stays. You've got a good midfield building with the ideas of it. And it's that when you start adding a Caicedo and an Adams into that midfield, it's a bit more solid, and you don't get a bit nervy thinking about someone important like Enzo getting injured, because you do have a bit of rotation. So yeah, I'd be interested to see if the Adam thing picks up pace in the next week. I think he's got a release clause, I think. So if that was to get triggered, I expect that to be done pretty quickly. I don't expect him to be here for Liverpool probably next week. Elise as well is one that is a release clause based. Crystal Palace don't seem happy that we're trying to get him, but I don't know what you want. He's got a release clause, so that's your own fault for putting it there. Speaking of Crystal Palace, Lewis Hall will extend his contract first and then go out on a loan to Palace for a season. Lewis Hall is one that for me, like, he is my next big academy graduate to break it into the first team. Like, that's just, I think, my pathway for him. One loan to Palace, see how he does in the Prem this season. I think he's going to do really well. He's, I think, a left back target for Palace, which we all know Lewis Hall isn't a left back. It actually is kind of annoying that he's getting signed for Palace as a left back, because he's a midfielder. But it's whatever. Okay. See what he does. I think he can still be versatile and play in that midfield anyway. Like, he doesn't get shoehorned in into one position. He's still young, he's 18, so he's quite flexible in that way. And I'd be very excited to see him next season if he can break into the Chelsea squad as a 19, 20-year-old, seeing after a year of Premier League experience. To be fair, he had a year of Premier League experience this season, because he got played in like the most hard games possible, which is ridiculous, and he consistently was one of our best players in a shit season. So I'm excited to watch him at Palace. I will try and watch him when I can. I think he's going to do really well at Palace. I think that's like the type of team that he would suit for a loan. It's like a Conor Gallagher, Levi Colwill loan, you know what I mean? Like a lower table, a lower down club, but like he can make an impact there. I'm excited to watch him there. Angelo's loan to Strasbourg is official. After reports that he might stay, I'm glad he's getting a loan. I think he's going to rip up in Liga, and he will absolutely just, he'll probably have a killer season and come back and slot right in. Who else? Striker, let's talk about it because I'm not too sure what's going to happen with Vlahovic. I don't want Vlahovic. I just don't. I don't think we'd potentially be swapping Lukaku and then adding money onto it for potential that we don't really know is there, and he would reportedly command similar wages to Lukaku, and I'm not doing that. I'm not signing him, oh my god, on stupid wages for potential that we don't even know is there. It is up to Poch. If Poch says yes, okay, we go. I just personally think it is annoying now that Nkunku's injured. Yes, I haven't mentioned that because I kind of just forgot about it, and then it just clicked that, oh shit, we do need kind of an attacking player. So I don't know, I would personally want to be able to test Jackson for a couple months and then maybe go for Tony, but we can't really do that when Nkunku's going to be out for potentially 16 weeks. Can you tell I'm in pain at the thought of that? That hurts a lot actually. So yeah, I'm not opposed, I'm not a fan, but I'm not opposed if Poch wants it, just on decent financial terms. If it means we get rid of Lukaku, I'll take the hit, I guess. Anyone else? No, but we do now kind of need some form of attacking player as well, other than a striker. Because let's not forget, like, Elise was a target before Nkunku got injured, and I don't know, maybe like, I don't think we would go in for Kudus, because obviously I think that deal with Brighton will collapse. I think he might stay at Ajax, but we do need some form of like calm second striker type of player to kind of fill the Nkunku role. Yes, I think Matson can do that, or Kearney can do that, but I think we do have to go and do the annual someone's gotten injured, let's go buy a player type of thing, because if Nkunku's going to be out for 4 months, it's just a bit of a problem. We do need to find someone to work with Jackson as like a striker type of role. But other than that, like, this team is shaping up quite well. It's just, we know what we need. We know what we know who has to go. We know who has to come in. Like, it's so clear. It's just about getting it done in the next couple weeks. Shirt sponsor news. It's apparently Infinite Athlete, which looks like an absolute made-up company. Are we doing something fishy? I don't fucking know, but do I care? They're apparently going to give us 50 million. I don't care. It looks cold on the shirt. I can't wait to buy the shirt. That looks like that's going to go for nothing about the sleeve sponsor. That's something we haven't heard about, is a sleeve sponsor yet. So I don't know if there's going to be one. We've all been caring about the front of shirt sponsor, but there's no news on the sleeve sponsor. Not that I've seen anyway. So anything else? We play Liverpool on Sunday. And anyone who's going to play in that needs to be registered by Friday. So I really doubt any new signings. If any gets made in the next 2 days, I doubt it. So I think the team that we've got is the team that'll, you know, the squad we've got is the squad that'll go against Liverpool. Squad numbers have been announced, a lot of chopping and changing. Sterling has taken 7. I'm not happy about it, but it fits his brand. Mudryk is our new number 10. I'm shocked they just went and did that, but they did it. I mean, realistically it makes sense. It's his number, like that. It's his profile number. I just didn't think they'd give him it straight away. Madueke is 11, which I really like. I think that's one I'll get maybe on the 3rd kit. I'm trying to determine who I'm getting on the back of my kits, because I'm the type of person who gets people on the back of my kits. I know, roll your eyes at me. Enzo is number 8, which you have to know that's going on the back of my home kit. Like, Enzo number 8, it's just so cold. Like, I absolutely love it. Anyone else of note? Oh, Colwell 26, which I think I've determined that's on the back of my away kit. Like, Colwell 26 is, that's the next, no, we just erased Koulibaly, okay? It never happened. Koulibaly never happened. It went from John Terry to Colwell. Anyone else? No, number 9. Let's just rejoice. No one's taken it. It's left. No one has taken. I beg. Whoever we sign for striker, do not take it. Just leave it alone. I'd rather you take 99. Just leave the number 9. Like, just crumple that shirt up and throw it away. Throw it away. I do not want to see it. It's a number I don't want to see. Anyone else of note? I don't think so. If there is, I'm missing it. Yeah, is there any numbers of note? I don't think so. Broja took 19, I like. Matson took 29. God, what, that's better. I like that. I think that's it. I don't think there's anyone really of note other than that. And if we get rid of Kepa, then we have number 1 free for Sanchez. I doubt he'd change his squad number, but I'm just saying, we can always do a quick swapperoo. And yeah, I think that's it. I don't really think I'm missing anything. I'm trying to quickly roll through my head. I think I've managed to catch up on everything that I've missed. I've probably missed something. My brain is tiny. I don't remember a lot of things nowadays. But that's your latest Chelsea update. Let me know your thoughts on everything over the last couple of weeks. Do you think the shirt sponsor out? Looks cold. I think it does. Cannot wait to get the kits. Oh my god, I'm going to be bankrupt this season. Reece James is the new captain, Ben is the vice. Give me your thoughts on that. Transfers, I mean, we know who we need. Do you think it's going to happen? I hope so, otherwise it is kind of letting Poch down. I'm kind of excited for Sunday. I'm going to miss the first half because I'll be at work, so I'm quite disappointed about that, but I'm excited for Sunday. Like, part of me has a really good feeling, and I shouldn't have a good feeling, but I do, weirdly enough, despite us not beating Liverpool in like what seems like forever. It breaks the scene, like the script is going to be a draw, isn't it? But I have a weird good feeling about it. I don't know. I'm excited though. I'm excited to see Poch tactics in action, even if I do miss the first half. And then we go. I can't believe the Prem is back this week. It does not feel like it's been 2 or 3 months. It does not, but we're back. Hopefully this is a happier season. I beg, I cannot do with another season of finishing 12th. But you know what's great tonight, guys? The Carabao Cup round 2. Draw happens. And you know what? We're in that shit because we finished 12th. Can't wait. I'm so happy. So excited for that. We're in the southern draw. That's how bad things are. That's how bad it was last season. I have known nothing like this before. Nothing. But I guess we'll know who we face in the Carabao Cup round 2 tonight after the last couple of games are played. And I will see you guys. I don't know when will I do a review after the Liverpool game? Depends. Depends on what I catch. If I don't catch like a whole of the second half, then I won't. I guess I won't really talk on it. I'll just kind of wait. I'll do match reviews when I can this season. It just depends on my work schedule, and since we're only playing 1 game a week, mainly going to be on weekends, and I kind of work like 2 or 3 days out the weekends, so it just depends. But I'll try and keep this up. Expect a after deadline day video, so September 1st I'll try and get a video out for you guys. I'm excited. Hopefully it's going to be a good season. It's a development season. Hopefully, but I'm excited, and I'll see you guys in the next video whenever that is. Maybe this weekend, maybe in a couple of weeks, I don't know. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Love you guys. Bye.